Let's get our show going now with Dan Deming at KKM Financial. Dan, what do you make of the market action, especially following last week's stunning triple record day, even as Apple tumbled?
Yeah, Angie, looking at last week, the strength that's expanding is one thing I think that's interesting as we continue to see other parts of the market realizing some higher price action. Some of the names that are in the consumer staples, some of the old stalwarts of the Dow had better than expected earnings last week, and we did see some significant higher price action. And even with Apple and struggling a bit here, and which has historically been a leader, the market's still able to move past that and identify value in other parts of the market. And of course, you did see some of the big names continue to maintain their upside momentum, particularly when you look at NVIDIA as well as Google retaining some upside momentum.
It's hard to do a show without talking about NVIDIA. What are you watching this week, Dan?
Yeah, this week is going to be, I think, an interesting week, Angie, in the sense that it is a shortened week. We are closed on Friday, and there's really not too much in the news front. We'll have several Fed speakers, so that will influence the market after last week's Fed announcement. But the real interesting thing about this week is we have some big data coming out on Friday, which is in the form of PCE data, which is going to have to sit on the shelf for 3 days while the markets digest that as we are closed Friday. So I think that's the interesting dynamic as we move through this week, is the sense that we continue to see record highs. The Fed will influence the markets, but there will be some data lingering as we move into the following week that certainly will impact price action.
People who are trading the market are concerned about that. Thank you, Dan.
All right. Thanks, Angie. Thanks for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.